Have you ever felt a soul-deep void when he looks away? Like his silence holds a secret your heart can't decode? What if I told you that every glance he thinks you don't notice, every shift in his voice when he speaks only to you, is screaming a truth his lips won't confess? Carl Jung's explosive discovery reveals that his unconscious mind is already obsessed with you, betraying desires even he doesn't understand. This isn't just love. This is a spiritual awakening, and his soul has already chosen you. But here's the painful twist. Most women waste years decoding mixed signals, drowning in doubt, while his hidden devotion goes unnoticed. Why? Because society lied to you. True love doesn't shout, it haunts. It hides in dreams, in stolen glances, in the way his entire world shifts when you're near. And today, I'm handing you Jung's forbidden key to unlock the 7 secret signs his soul is screaming for you, even if his mind is too afraid to admit it. Before we dive in, if you're ready to unleash this life-changing truth, subscribe now. Thousands are waking up to these videos, but you risk losing this wisdom forever if you scroll away. Don't be one of the 92% who watch but never subscribe. Hit that button and join the soul's transforming love with ancient psychology secrets. Your future self will thank you. Before continuing, I want you to comment the word resonance. Do it not just for me, but for yourself. Because when you write a word that vibrates with you, you give your soul permission to recognize what it already knows. Comment resonance. If something inside you stirred with this message, if any part of you recognized itself in these words, write resonance and let the universe respond. Now, let's expose what his unconscious is desperate for you to know. So how can you know if he's truly in love? What signs does his unconscious, his heart, his deepest emotions give, even if he doesn't say it openly? This won't be a superficial analysis. I won't talk about text, messages, or romantic cliches. Let's delve into what Jung called the symbols of the soul, into how a man expresses himself when something inside him vibrates every time you're near, even if he doesn't fully understand it. Before we go further, pay attention to each sign. The mistake we often make is waiting for declarations, promises, or grand gestures, while overlooking the most valuable thing: how someone transforms their inner world when you're in it. Jung taught that true love isn't chosen or planned. It appears as an inevitable force that dismantles our barriers and connects us to the most essential part of our being. So open your intuition, your sensitivity, and observe the following. If that man does even one of these things, if you've seen him react in any of these ways, it's because he's deeply moved by you, likely far more in love than his rational mind is ready to admit. I'll show you these signs one by one, from the subtlest to the most revealing. It's not just about knowing if he loves you, but seeing how someone's soul responds to real love. When a man is profoundly touched by a feminine presence that transforms him, even if he can't explain it in words, his behavior begins to change in ways he can't control. The first major sign lies in how his attention shifts. It's not an obvious attention meant to impress or seek attention back. It's subtler, more authentic. He starts noticing details others would overlook. How do you really feel even if you say, "I'm fine"? Did you change your hairstyle without mentioning it? Does your voice sound different? This type of attention doesn't stem from superficial interest, but from a connection born from depth. Jung believed true emotions are projected so we can understand them, causing such a man to react from his core, not from strategy. He doesn't need to see you every day to remember you. You might notice him mentioning you unexpectedly, asking about something unresolved, or appearing without reason. He doesn't do this out of habit. His unconscious pulls him toward you. He's processing something undefined yet compelling. This isn't obsession or dependency. It's emotional resonance. Your energy has touched something in him, and it begins to speak without words. Another powerful sign is how he changes around you. Some men act the same with everyone, but when a man is truly in love, even unconsciously, his attitude with you is different. He may show more vulnerability, openness, or even clumsiness. True love doesn't make someone seem perfect. It disarms them, making them more human, more real. If you notice he only lets his guard down with you, If his silences with you aren't awkward but profound, you're witnessing something beyond fleeting interest. Jung held that the soul protects what it loves. This man may start caring for you in ways that defy logic, ensuring you're well, warm, safe, or fed. It's not control or a need to seem important. It's something inside him that feels responsible for your, well-being, as if his balance depends on yours. When this happens, when a man cares for you with silent devotion, without expecting applause, it's because, deep within, he's already made you part of his inner world. Even if he doesn't say it, understand it, or admit it, his soul is already united with yours beyond rationality. If you're seeing these signs, if every word resonates, don't take it lightly. Don't mistake his lack of grand gestures for indifference. What's happening inside him is far bigger than it seems. Stay with me, because what comes next will show even deeper signs. Ones only a real connection can manifest. There are moments when a man needs to say nothing for his energy to betray him. His presence speaks. He may not say, "I love you," make promises or plan a future, but something in how he watches you, how his breathing shifts when you're near, how he shares silence without needing to fill it. That silence isn't a lack of words, it's total presence. His soul connecting with yours, unfiltered. When a man is more in love than he dares admit, his body says it all. Watch how he reacts when others talk about you. If someone praises you in a group, observe his gaze. If someone criticizes you, note his expression. Love doesn't need to be conscious to defend what it values. His instinct activates even if his mind is confused. Jung asserted the unconscious has its own paths, often guided by emotions we haven't yet named. If a man tenses at the mention of your name, it's because something in him has decided you matter more than he thought. Another clear sign is his effort. When someone feels something real for you, they strive even in small things. It's in how they listen, remember old conversations, adjust their time, or apologize when they fall short. That quiet effort reveals more than 1,000 words. Those who don't feel, don't act, but those who love, even unconsciously, make space. Not out of obligation, but because their inner world is rearranging to include you. Here's something few notice. When a man is deeply moved by your presence, he changes even when you're not there. His routine shifts, thoughts wander. He seems distracted, reflective, restless. Something has activated in him, and he doesn't know why. But you're present in his mind, emotions, and what was once automatic. Jung spoke of inner figures' power to transform individuals without physical contact. Without trying, you've become a figure inhabiting his interior. Don't be misled by surface appearances. Many men silence their feelings, not from lack of emotion, but because translating the soul's language into words is hard. If you're attentive, you can see beyond, perceive what he hasn't yet discovered. His heart has already decided to stay. There's a transformation in a man's heart when he's in love, slow, almost invisible yet deeply powerful. It manifests when he lets go of past attitudes, avoiding commitment, emotional distance, or comfortable individualism. Since you arrived, something has shaken him. Thinking only of himself no longer suffices. He opens mental and emotional space, almost unconsciously, as if his soul adapts to a new reality calling from within. Notice if he shares parts of his life he showed no one else. Not trivial details, but intimate fragments of his story. Fears, mistakes, hidden dreams. When a man connects with you at this level, he shows unfiltered humanity. Not to seem perfect, but because he trusts in a way he never has. This isn't conquest or seduction, it's surrender. That surrender, however small, is the greatest proof of inner change. Jung said the soul needs a mirror to know itself. With your presence, you become that mirror. He begins to see you and himself differently. Another overlooked detail: how he reacts to your emotions. Not all handle emotional intensity, but when a man is truly invested, he sinks emotionally without knowing it. He shares your joy and worries at your sadness. He may not say, "Are you okay?" but you'll see it in his gaze, softened voice, or unsure yet caring gestures. Wanting to accompany your emotion, even cluelessly, is one of love's most honest gestures. Perhaps the most revealing sign is what happens when you're not there. Notice if he mentions you spontaneously, saves stories to share later, or thinks of you first in moments without physical proximity. If you persist in his inner world, thoughts, emotions, there's no doubt he's more in love than he believes. What lingers in absence is stronger than what's said in presence. That's no coincidence. It's the soul speaking. This isn't about guessing feelings, but learning to read with the heart. Love often arrives not with words or certainty, but signals the soul sends when it recognizes another. Stay close. What follows will reveal how love acts when it can no longer be contained. There's a stage where a man, even unknowingly, needs your presence not as habit, but as equilibrium. He won't express it with romantic phrases, but his energy shifts when you're away. You'll see it in his impatience when there's no news, how he appears just as you're about to forget him, or uses any excuse to be near you. It's not obsession. It's genuine connection from a depth he can't explain. For Jung, this makes sense. The unconscious isn't bound by logic or time. When true emotion takes root, it shapes thoughts, impulses, decisions. One powerful manifestation is how he considers your opinion, even on unrelated matters. He might share life plans and ask your thoughts, not to impress, but because he genuinely cares if they align with you. Silently, you're becoming a guiding figure in his emotional life. He might speak of doubts or insecurities, not to see you as a therapist, but because his soul detects a safe presence. When a man reaches this openness, there are no barriers. Love isn't built on certainty, but the courage to be vulnerable. That trust, even unconsciously placed in you, is purest expression of deep love. What confirms it all is how he imagines life with you, even unintentionally. He might say, "Someday I'd like to go there," and within that vision, you're present. These small phrases are open doors to his unconscious. In his mind, you're part of the path, not a temporary guest, but a stable part of his ideal world. If his energy, acts, and attention lean toward you naturally, what exists is real, even if he doesn't understand or admit it. When the soul chooses, the rest is a matter of time. In that time, see with the soul's eyes what the mind dares not say. When a man starts seeing you as part of something he doesn't want to lose, his way of relating changes. It's not about affection or frequency. It's how his soul reorganizes around your existence. True feeling makes the other person essential. You'll see it in how he prioritizes you, even unspokenly. Amid a hectic day, he'll still show up, not from obligation, but because being with you brings peace. Peace is underrated in love, yet vital. True love, the kind Jung studied, also manifests in calmness with someone who doesn't need to be perfect. When he feels peace with you, when he can be imperfect yet accepted, he sees you as home, an emotional refuge. He'll start aligning with you unasked. He might enjoy your passions, not losing his individuality, but discovering beauty in sharing. According to Jung, when souls resonate, inner boundaries soften. True intimacy is born. Not attraction, but silent belonging needing no explanation. Notice how he defends you in your absence. In small conversations, he takes your side, not for gain, but because protecting you feels natural. Love doesn't always shout. Sometimes it acts in unseen gestures. If he does this, changes routines, cares invisibly, thinks of you before decisions, don't ignore it. You're facing an emotional truth he hasn't grasped. This is love's purest part, born from our unconditioned self. Stay. We're about to reach the deepest signs of love that can't hide. When all our signs intertwine, you'll realize this man has changed without noticing. His acts, silences, daily gestures speak louder than words. True love isn't loud. It arrives as constant presence, silent care, tenderness, needing no witnesses. When a man is more in love than he imagines, his soul has decided what his mind barely understands. Jung taught the unconscious doesn't lie. If you've felt this connection, trust your intuition. What we seek isn't perfect declarations, but a soul's authentic resonance with ours. Jung understood the deepest connections transcend conscious understanding. When a man rearranges his inner world to include you, when his energy shifts in presence and absence, when he offers vulnerability, that's love before words. If you're still here, this message touches your soul. Real love doesn't impose, it remains, becomes a constant. You'll see it in small details. Him pausing to watch you unnoticed, remembering forgotten things, his gaze shifting when you enter. What seems trivial to others echoes deeply in you. Conscious love isn't idealization. There may be doubts, uncomfortable silences, distance, but even then, a presence remains. Soul-born love doesn't break easily. Jung spoke of individuation, the journey toward oneself, but also of meeting those we resonate with beyond logic. The man more in love than he knows may struggle with fears or wounds, but his acts contradict them. His soul already recognizes you as home. When souls find home in each other, transformation begins. This love isn't about needing completion but walking together freely. He loves not your light alone but unresolved parts too. The miracle is no one heals like someone who loves you when you can't love yourself. But beware, this isn't dependency. Real love frees, challenges growth, asks you to face shadows. If he changes patterns, becomes introspective, honest, he's choosing from the soul, honoring what is. When someone sees your soul, comparisons and excuses fade. His mind clings to the known, but his unconscious embraces you. You feel it in his gaze, calm energy, relaxed presence. In that safety you heal, not because he's your healer, but his love reminds you you're whole. Real love doesn't trap, it liberates, urging you to be yourself. If you felt this, you're not imagining it. You're receiving a subtle language only awakened hearts read. This bond transcends labels, time, certainty. It grows like a seed needing no force. He may think it's chemistry or affinity, but within him, a truth grows, drawing him to you, protecting you, prioritizing you. This isn't manufactured, it's born. If he ever voices what his soul knows, it'll be because you held space, didn't rush, understood mature love isn't a race but a dance. In that flow, sacredness reveals itself. As Jung taught, our authenticity lies not on the surface but in dreams, symbols, sudden emotions. True love dwells where we're untouched by fear or masks. If you see him change, habits, priorities, energy soften, don't doubt. He's in love. His soul chose you. You're not here by chance. You're on the threshold of something real, unbought, unfaked. A love built silently, step by step, until one day it becomes certainty. When that day comes, you'll walk together not from need, but choice. A deep, silent knowing that true love transforms everything. As time passes, you'll change too. Not from his words, but his presence inhabiting your soul's quietest, wisest part. True recognition begins when two essences meet and remember. Jung spoke of soul archetypes, bonds beyond linear time. Maybe you and he are souls reuniting, a pact formed over lifetimes. When this happens, you need no proof. You feel it. He touches you without touch, transforms without intent. Your evolution mirrors his, inviting yours. True love isn't comfortable. It shakes inner structures, challenges growth, invites honesty. It hurts not from toxicity, but pushing you to shed what no longer resonates. This love seeks real connection, authenticity. If he acts this way, renouncing old patterns, becoming introspective, present, honest, he's choosing from the soul. When someone sees your soul, comparisons stop. His mind may cling, but his unconscious embraces you. You feel it in his gaze, calm breath, energy relaxing, as if home. In that safety, you heal. He loves not just your light, but shadows too. The miracle is healing through love, not because he fixes you, but his love reminds you you're not broken. But this isn't idealization. Real love liberates, asks you to face voids, emotions, decisions. If you felt this, you're not alone. This confusing, calming love isn't illusion. It's sacred. Care for it consciously, not obsessively. When love is conscious, it seeks understanding. not possession. See each other as works in progress. When you see each other this way, perfection fades. You hold each other, in essence. The greatest lesson, love isn't conquered externally, it awakens within. When two people do inner work, face solitude and darkness, yet choose to share light, conscious union is born. Not contracts, but consistent acts, unnegotiated tenderness, silence that comforts, gazes that hold. What marks us isn't grand gestures, but repeated small actions, choices to stay. If he's taking these steps, trust. Don't rush or demand certainty. Observe, feel, breathe with him. Let the dance flow. Love needs no pushing, just space to grow. If you both hold that space, face shadows, dare to love when it's hard. You've found what many seek, a love that awakens, honors, transforms. One day, unannounced, you'll look at him and understand. He's no longer the same. His energy softer, silence is embracing, acts intentional. You've changed too. You no longer need declarations. You know, your soul knew before your mind. That day arrives not with fireworks, but a glance, an "I'm here" without words, a daily gesture turned eternal. What you built isn't a fairy tale. It's deep, true roots. The world may not understand. Others seek promises over presents, measure love in texts or photos. But you need no validation. You've found the inexplicable. When a soul loves from truth, integrated shadows, peace only conscious love brings, there's no turning back. He may not be perfect, nor you, but in this love, it doesn't matter. You didn't come to save each other, but walk together. Jung intuited this love in his writings. Born from the unconscious, gestated in symbols, recognized without logic. It's lived, not spoken. If you've felt this, don't flee. Stay, breathe, face it. Repeat within, I recognize this love, not for perfection, but reality. When he confirms what you already knew, you'll understand it was never about him. It was about your capacity to open, trust, love, unguarded. That day, unremarkable to others, your story changes forever. That man, who doesn't know how much he loves you, will carry a piece of you in his soul. You'll remain his safe place. If this message resonated, subscribe. Not for numbers, but content that nurtures. Like if you felt peace or connection. Comment a word, I'm here. I want to read you. Stay close. The next video will explore hidden signs his soul sees you as home. See you where words touch the soul and silence speaks.